Welcome back, everybody, to the Cleveland Cavaliers MyNBA series here on NBA2K21. As today, we return to action here in season number 2. And our Cavs are not playing great basketball. We're not one of the better teams in the NBA, to put it lightly. Last episode, we had a prospect profile. We looked at some of the top guards in the upcoming NBA draft. And I'm going to do some more prospect profiles as this season goes along. We also played a game against the Oklahoma City Thunder and ended up winning 103-101. So I actually simulated up to this Phoenix Suns game, but for whatever reason, the last week of it did not save, which is odd because I simulated from the Thunder game to the Suns game all at once. So we ended up going 0-4 in this span. We originally went 1-3. So this means we're on an 11-game losing streak. Our last win was that game against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And yeah, well, we're playing really badly at the moment. Currently, we have the second worst record in the NBA. The Knicks are half a game behind us. This is the year to suck, I will say, because there are multiple truly generational talents in this draft class. And I think this class will go down as one of the best in the history of the NBA. So let's go through stats. I do want to talk about Collin Sexton real quick. Last episode, I said that I made Sexton the primary scoring option and the offense would be played through star with the expectation that his numbers would go up, and they have gone up. So credit to Collin Sexton. He's playing good basketball. His contract is up after this season. As of right now, I do believe that Collin Sexton will be a big part of our future. But with the trade deadline being next episode, it doesn't hurt to at least test the trade market and see what we could possibly get for him. However, I don't expect Sexton to be traded. Obi Toppin and Cedric Garrett are both still playing well. Kevin Porter Jr. and Dennis Schroeder are still hurt. Schroeder will return very shortly. Porter is almost back as well. And ever since Kevin Porter Jr. in particular got hurt, Cam Reddish has really stepped up off the bench. He's probably been our best bench player since Kevin Porter Jr. broke his leg about a month ago. It's also worth noting that we're starting to play really badly ever since Kevin Porter Jr. got injured. Before Kevin Porter Jr. got hurt, we were not a good team, no, but we were playing respectably, and now this Cavs team has fallen down the toilet. So here we are in Phoenix against the Phoenix Suns. The Suns will be rocking their city jerseys today. That's one of the main reasons why I picked this game out in particular, is because the Suns have very cool city jerseys. Regular starters today for the Cavs. For the Suns, it'll be Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Isaac Okoro, Dario Saric, and DeAndre Ayton for the Suns. Let's go opening possession here. Ayton passes it out for Dario Saric for 3. And the Suns are quickly on the board with a tray ball. Ensuing Suns possession, it's the big fella, DeAndre Ayton, no good. Gets the rebound and the putback. Bad play by the rookie, Yusuf Diafafa-Fobo. 5-0, Suns up early as Collin Sexton goes inside for the one-handed slam. 7-2 now, Phoenix leads as Devin Booker with the shot clock cheese. Getting it at the buzzer. Nice shot by Booker, who has continued to elevate his game this season. Look at Sexton blocking Devin Booker. Step back for 3, and he gets it. Collin Sexton, what a play, making plays on both ends of the floor. And it is now 12-7. Look at Darius Garland going upstairs where Grandma hides the cookies. Nice dunk by Garland, another player who could be on the move this trade deadline, as his spot is certainly not safe on this roster going forward. There's Chris Paul for 3. Suns up by 8. They're looking good early, particularly on the defensive end of the floor. But I will say, Collin Sexton has looked really good today. Sexton now at the and 1. Booker is called for the foul. Collin Sexton seems to be carrying the offense, as that shot is blocked by Udoka Azubuike. Cam Reddish to the corner for guess who? Collin Sexton for 3. Sexton with 11 of Cleveland's 15 points on the day. 21-17 as the first quarter winds down. Grant steals it. Lineford to Grant. Cavs don't really know what to do with it. Playing hot potato as Azubuike misses his shot. That'll do it for the first quarter. Cleveland's offense not really in mojo at the moment. Currently down 21-17. Seems like it's the Collin Sexton show at the moment. One of the second quarter, quick 3 for Killa Cam Reddish. The Cavs cut the lead down to 1 as Chris Paul making Darius Garland fall, passing it out for Dario Saric. Suns back up 4, but here comes the rookie, Cedric Garrett, with the and one. Isaac Okoro is called for the foul, and it seems like both offenses are starting this quarter off pretty well. Garland probably should have taken the shot when he was open. He doesn't and ends up missing. However, Diathathathobo is there for the putback. 25-26 now. Booker passes it out for Saddiq Bey, who gets the three. Bey was recently acquired from the Pelicans, and he's played really well since being traded to the Suns. Speaking of Bey, he fouls Cam Reddish, who drives in for the and one. 28-31. Look at Chris Paul, more wide open than a McDonald's drive-thru at 5 o'clock in the morning. The Cavs just decided not to cover him for some reason as he makes the three. Garland steals it away from Paul. Here comes Obi Toppin with a nasty slam and the and one. Saddiq Bey is once again called for the foul. A vicious dunk by Toppin. 33-38 and one now for the Suns. It's Bogdan Bogdanovic who gets the layup. Garrett is called for the foul. Obviously, Cedric Garrett played his college ball here in Arizona, so this is a little homecoming for him as Obi Toppin gets the dunk. 38-40, here is Bogdanovic beating the shot clock. He gets the deep three to fall. Suns up by 5. Cleveland going to try for a late bucket. It's Sexton, and he gets it. Colin Sexton with 20 points here in the first half, cutting the lead down to 2. What a start to this game for Sexton, who, as of recent, has certainly played like he wants a new contract despite the losing streak. Cavs only down by 2. Chris Paul leading the way for the Suns. He has 12 points. The talented veteran, now in his second season as a Sun. Cavs up early in the third quarter. That would quickly change as Devin Booker makes the three. 49-54, Suns up. Saric to Chris Paul, gets it inside for DeAndre Ayton. Back to Paul for the layup. What a move by Chris Paul, and the Suns are now up by 7. Here comes Garland driving to a wide open rim. He gets the dunk. Darius Garland with 8 assists already today as Reddish passes it for Obi Toppin, who makes the layup. Nice play by Toppin, who was certainly covered there. 53-56. You know who was not covered? Saddiq Bey, who makes the wide open three. 55-59. There's DeAndre Ayton with the putback and the foul. Reddish is called for the foul as that'll be an and one for DeAndre Ayton. 55-62 now. This time Ayton gets it on the two-handed slam. No defense from Azubuike, and the Cavs will call timeout. Here comes the rookie Romeo Luguancho, posting and toasting on Chris Paul. He makes the layup. In limited playing time, Romeo Luguancho has not looked all that good this year, but it is good to see him making a nice play. 57-64, again, Saddiq Bey with the three. He's been really good off the Phoenix bench today, as the Cavs having trouble with it, but they get it back. Here comes Cam Reddish, driving inside for the two-handed dunk, and now the Cavs will cut the lead down to 8. About 3 minutes to go in the third, as Chris Paul makes Luguancho stumble. What a crossover by Chris Paul, the old man, showing that he still has juice left in the tank. 69, nice, to 61 as Cam Reddish gets the wide open three. Nice screen by Azubuike, and Reddish does the rest. 67-71, the Cavs are storming back as Grant makes the layup. Suns only up by 2 as Cam Reddish steals it from Bogdanovic. Reddish for 3 and the lead, and it's no good. That is how the third quarter will end. A nice end to the quarter for the Cavs as they cut the lead down to 2. 71-69, nice, is your score. Let's see if the Cavs can make a comeback here in the fourth, or if the Suns can hold them off. 71 apiece, nice three ball from Devin Booker, and the Suns will take a 3-point lead. Here comes Garland over to Diathathathobo, to Obi Toppin. From deep, Toppin tells Booker, what you can do, I can do better, getting a nice three of his own. 74-76, Suns up, but Garland gets the slam to tie it. Colin Sexton now driving. He was trying to draw the foul, it looks like. Gets a tough layup, does not get a foul call, as the Cavs are up by 2. 78-76, Devin Booker makes the three. Booker starting to heat up. 78-80 now. Here comes Cedric Garrett. Drives past Okoro with ease, getting the dunk. 82-80 now. Suns up. As here comes Chris Paul. Taking it himself, no good, but DeAndre Ayton gets the putback. Ayton has been a monster inside as he has been a rebound machine today. Chris Paul loses it. It's Garland with the steal and the lob for Yusuf Diafafa-Fobo. Garland now with a double-double. A beautiful dunk by Big Fafa. And the Suns are only up by 2. Make that 4 as Devin Booker will make the layup. The Cavs immediately call timeout right after the Suns had just called timeout. That's very odd timing. Sexton misses the layup. Big Fafa with the rebound over to Killa. Cam Reddish for 3. And the Cavs are now only down by 3 with a little bit under 2 to go. Reddish now with the dunk. He has 18 points and has been clutch off the bench. Reddish again now with another big dunk. And the Cavs have taken the lead. It has been the Cam Reddish show these past couple of minutes. 89-88. Suns lose it but get it back. Booker, guarded by Garland in the corner, gets the screen from Bay. Devin Booker misses, however, he gets the putback dunk because nobody on the Cavs thought it was a smart idea to go for the rebound. Suns up by 1, make it 4. Devin Booker makes the 3. And now the Cavs need a few quick baskets as Colin Sexton misses the layup. A huge stop for the Suns as it's now a 6-point lead. Sexton drills the step back, and it is now 92-96 as Devin Booker goes 1 for 2 from the line. Can the Cavs get another quick basket as Sexton runs into Garland? Sexton another tough 3, and he gets it. Under 10 seconds, it's a 1-point game. Make it a 3-point game. Devin Booker goes 2 for 2 from the line. You have to imagine that the Cavs are probably going to try to go for the 3 here and tie it. 7.7 seconds remaining in the hands of Toppin. Over to Sexton. Quick 3, and he airballs it. Excellent defense by Devin Booker, who was fouled with half a second to go. And that'll probably end this game as Devin Booker makes his first free throw. The second one will also go in. So it looks like the Phoenix Suns will win this game as Darius Garland will not be able to get the shot off in time. Doesn't go in anyway. The Phoenix Suns get a close victory here against the Cleveland Cavaliers. 100-95 is your final score. Good win for Phoenix and a competitive game from Cleveland. Obviously, the Cavs have not been playing great. They are now on a 12-game losing streak. But at the end of the day, the team competed and kept Phoenix in from start to finish. 27 points for Devin Booker. He was very solid. 16 and 17 for DeAndre Ayton. He was a monster inside. Our bigs really had trouble against Ayton, which goes to show that once we reach the offseason, one of the things we're going to look at is potentially trying to acquire some more talent at the center position. 15 points for Saric, 9 for Bay and Bogdanovic, and a number of players, including Isaac Okoro with 2. Okoro only took 2 shots, which is kind of a surprise. It looks like he's not a huge piece of the Suns offensively, and obviously defensively, Okoro is a very good player. But good win here for the Suns. They shot the ball fairly well. 13 for 29 from 3. That's not terrible. Meanwhile, for the Cavs, Colin Sexton had 28 points. It was a weird game for Sexton. He had 20 in the first half, and he had 6 in the final 30 seconds. So that means in the rest of the second half, he only had 2. Regardless, it was still a good game from Sexton. 20 for Reddish, 14 for Toppin, 12 for Garrett, and a double-double, 10 and 10 for Darius Garland. Diafafa-Fobo had 11 rebounds, but only shot 2 for 6. DeAndre Ayton locked him down inside, and unfortunately, Big Fafa was unable to really get anything going. So, tough loss here. We're going to do a little bit of simulating now. Try to at least get a win. So, I wanted to play this Indiana Pacers game next because they do have the number 1 pick, Cassius Calvin, and I wanted to play against him. So, we're going to sim this game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Hopefully, we end up getting a win there, and unsurprisingly, we would not win that game. The Timberwolves scored 146 on us, so yeah, not only do we need more bigs, but we need more defense. We have guys who can score the ball, but we don't have a ton of great defenders on this team. So we're now going to play the Indiana Pacers, who for the second straight season have kind of struggled, although number 1 overall pick Cassius Calvin has been really good for them. The Pacers starting lineup will be Brogdon, Calvin, Osman, Sabonis, and Richards. Cedi Osman, of course, is the player to watch here. Osman was recently traded from the Cavs to the Pacers, so this is Osman's first game against his former team. Regular starters here for the Cavs, and Dennis Schroeder is back from injury, so he will play today. Quick three for Cedric Garrett, who did not make a three in the game against Phoenix. 3-2 now. Garrett driving inside. He gets the slam. Hot start here for Cedric Garrett. He has 5 in the first minute. 8-4 now. Sexton for 3. And it seems to be the Sexton and Garrett show, as they are the only two who have scored so far for the Cavs, but both look really good. As Sexton loses it, it's the number 1 pick out of Ohio State. Cassius Calvin with the steal. Nice little spin move there by Cedi Osman for the layup. 11 apiece now. Osman in the corner for 3. And the Indiana Pacers are on a 10-0 run as they now lead this game 14-11. Here comes TJ Warren, the bubble bucket, as Warren makes the 3, and the Indiana Pacers are not missing right now. Brogdon now, long 2, and it goes in. And Indiana is shooting the ball lights out at the moment. 23-15. Cavs need to get a bucket as Dennis Schroeder makes the 3. Welcome back from injury, buddy. And the Cavs are now only down by 5. Here comes Brogdon. Nice pass inside for Domantas Sabonis, one of the most underrated big men, one of the most underrated players in general in the NBA. 27-20. Cavs do not get the last-second shot to go down. That was Cedric Garrett who shot the 3. That'll do it for quarter number 1. Pacers looking good early. They are up by 7. On to the second. Sabonis, no good, gets his own board and gets the and 1. Diafobo is called for the foul. Excellent layup by Sabonis, and it is now a 10-point lead for the Pacers. Laguancho passes it out for Cam Reddish, his first basket of the game from deep, and it is now 32-25. Cavs having a little bit of trouble with it. They get it back, and here comes the freight train. Cam Reddish with the slam. 34-27. Here comes Garland on the fast break. His pass is intercepted by the Indiana defense. And then Jay Crowder will make the 3. Pacers back up by 10. Nice shot by Crowder. 37-29. It's Aaron Holiday. His shot is blocked. However, the Pacers get it back, and Jeremy Lamb will make the 3. 10-point lead now for the Pacers with 5 minutes to go until halftime. Nice move by Cedi Osman, who has been extremely efficient so far for the Pacers. 42-30. Reddish, pump fakes, going to try to drive inside. He will heave up a prayer, and it goes in as the Cavs will try to keep this one competitive, although particularly on defense, the Cavs have not looked great today. Showing some more defensive ineptitude there. Aaron Holiday gets the dunk. 44-34, and 1 for Colin Sexton. That's Warren with the foul, and it looks like Sexton is having another game where he is scoring the lights out of the basketball. Sexton only has 8 points. I know that's not crazy, but he does look good early in this one as Jay Crowder makes another 3, and it is now 47-38. Sexton passes it for Garrett, and that ball was sent to the moon by Nick Richards. What a block. Still a 9-point game as Sexton passes it for Garrett. Garrett trying to avenge his block, and he will dunk on Nick Richards. That's one way to get payback. 47-40 now. Sexton with it over to Cedric Garrett for 3. Big first half for Garrett. He has 13 points so far. Here comes Malcolm Brogdon driving by Reddish with ease. And Brogdon, the former Virginia Cavalier, with the play. Here is Garrett now with the slam. He has 15. Cedric Garrett's career high is only 21. I would have thought it would have been higher, but that's a very breakable mark as Sexton misses the 3 at the buzzer. That'll do it for the first half. Indiana leads it 51-45. Cedi Osman with 10 points here in the first half for the Pacers. It seems like Osman has played a lot better since the trade, so good for him. On to the second half, 53-45. It's Cedi Osman for 3, and the Pacers are now up by 11. Sexton with it, trying to drive inside. What a dunk by Colin Sexton as he ferociously gets the slam. 56-49. Crowder misses the 3. Nice defense from Azubuike. However, Domantas Sabonis gets the putback. 58-49. Here's Garrett. Pump fake, trying to drive inside with ease. Cedi Osman unable to defend him, and Garrett throws it down on Sabonis. Cedric Garrett now with 17 tonight as Crowder is blocked. What a play by Udoka Azubuike. And here comes Cedric Garrett on the fast break. He makes the layup. And it looks like Cedric Garrett will probably break his career high in this quarter. 58-53. Cavs making a nice comeback as Domantas Sabonis gets yet another putback. And it's now a 9-point lead for the Pacers. 62-53. Here comes Jeremy Grant with a reverse layup. His first bucket of the night. And the Cavs are now only down by 4. 63-59. Here comes Cam Reddish for 3. Another nice game so far for Reddish off the bench. He is 10 at the moment. Tough shot goes down as the Pacers are holding on to this lead by a thread. 65-64. Trying to get a last-second shot from Warren. And it is off the mark. Good quarter here in Cleveland for the Cavs as they cut the lead down to 1. Cleveland started this game off poor defensively, but the Cavs were on lockdown in that third quarter and have really cut down this deficit. On to the fourth, the Cavs will immediately take the lead as Colin Sexton gets the dunk. I think this is the first time since early in the first quarter that Cleveland has been up today as Obi Toppin goes flying. Totally got fooled by the pump fake from TJ Warren, who will make the mid-range. Pacers back up 67-66 as here comes the rookie Cassius Calvin for 3. That's Calvin's first basket of the game. He's been really quiet today, but on the year, Cassius Calvin has been really good for the Pacers. 70-66. Nice shot by Garrett. He now has 21, which ties his career mark. Want to see him break his career mark? Well, you're going to have to wait a little while longer as Colin Sexton makes the 3, and the Cavs are back on top. 70-72. Sexton with the drive. Tough layup is good, and the Cavs are now up by 4. Cleveland continuing to play great defense as Garrett gets the steal on the fast break with the slam. Cedric Garrett now with 23 points. That beats his career high. Let's see how many more he can get today, though, as Brogdon with a beautiful, nifty layup, and the Cavs are now only up by 2. Here is Cedi Osman with it. Osman trying to drive past Garrett, and he will, and the Pacers will tie it up halfway through the fourth. 76-78 now. Cleveland is up as here comes Cedric Garrett. Nobody in his path. Garrett now with 27. As Cleveland will nearly get the steal, the Pacers get it right back as Nick Richards will make the layup. Now we're tied at 80 with 2 minutes to play. Pacers with the basketball. As here is Sabonis. Tightly guarded by Cedric Garrett. And Sabonis will make the shot. Indy up by 2. Pacers have it back as Sabonis now guarded by Toppin. Can Sabonis get another nice shot? The answer is yes. The Pacers are now up by 4. Make it 3. 84-81. Brogdon inside for Sabonis. Can he get another one? Yes, he does. A big stretch here for Domantas Sabonis as the Cavs need a few quick shots to go down. Garland misses the 3, and it does not look like a comeback is likely here for Cleveland as Edmund Sumner will dribble out the clock. That is how this game ends. Another tough loss for the Cleveland Cavaliers as the Indiana Pacers get the win 88-81, and the losing streak continues. I want to say it's up to 14 games now for the Cavaliers. On the bright side, Cedric Garrett scored 28, which is a career high for him. Sexton with 17, Schroeder and Reddish also in the double figures, and nobody outside of those 4 scored more than 4. Would have liked to have seen guys like Toppin and Garland and Diafafafobo had stepped up, but you win some, you lose some, and for this Cavs team, there are a lot more losses than wins. Meanwhile, for the Pacers, Domantas Sabonis with 22 and 7. I feel like he got more than 7 rebounds, though, and this game, again, goes to show that we need more talent on the inside, particularly on the defensive end of the floor. 18 for Brogdon on 21 shots. Cedi Osman with 15, only on 7 shots. Cedi Osman was extremely efficient in this game, and he certainly made us pay, and it looks like he was seeking revenge. So we're going to do some simulating now. We're going to sim these next 4 games. We have one against the Knicks and then one against the Rockets, who are 2 of the worst teams in the league. So for the tank, it would be beneficial if we lost those games. And then 2 against Boston, who is really good. So during that simulation, a few things happened, including Kevin Porter Jr. returning from his injury. The All-Stars were announced, and I know you guys are all surprised that we had no All-Stars. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. Andre Drummond did make it, now with the Chicago Bulls, so I guess that makes us feel good. Obi Toppin suffered back spasms. He's going to be out for about a week or two, and we would end up going 0-4. We stayed competitive in one of the games against Boston. In the game that we got blown out against Boston, Cedric Garrett scored 31, so that's fun. Currently, our Cavaliers are on a 17-game losing streak. The longest losing streak in NBA history, I believe, is 26 games, which is a two-way tie between the Cavs and the 76ers. I actually have a story about that. So, when the 76ers had that super long losing streak, this is when they were in their trust for process years. And for them to break the record officially, they were playing the Detroit Pistons. And obviously, as you guys probably know, I am a Pistons fan. And I went to that game. That was the first NBA game I ever went to. And the Sixers ended up winning by like 25. So that's kind of funny. But nonetheless, next episode will be the trade deadline. And considering we have the worst record in basketball right now, we are going to make moves. And although it seems like it's full tanks ahead, although we are kind of tanking at this point of the season, I do think the rest of the year is still important to see how some of these young guys can play and progress. I will try to speed up the regular season, though, since, well, it doesn't look like we're going to make the playoffs, and our attention is really going to go forward towards the draft. Some of the big names who I have not talked about include Jeremiah Okoye, Odavius Shepherd, Deshaun Williams-Garber, Zario Papadopoulos. All of those players are really talented, and we will be talking about them fairly soon as we get to more prospect profiles throughout the rest of the season. So I hope everybody enjoyed. I know we did not win a single game in today's episode, but it was still fun. Big shit, hit the like button and subscribe. And as always, I am out. Peace.